Everyone has seen the sign at the gym: no cell phone use in the locker room. Most gyms have a policy like this, but what does it really mean? It turns out, not much. Last November, a man in Anoka County named Robert Miner was not charged for taking photos of young boys in a YMCA locker room. The judge said, quote, "A person changing in an open area of a men's public locker room does not have an expectation of privacy from other males in the locker room." The judge states that when you enter a public locker room, you know that you will be seen by people of the same sex in public changing areas. Because of this, the judge says, you should not expect to have privacy. The way Minnesota privacy laws are written now says in a public space, you are only violating someone's privacy if you photograph a person where they would expect to not be seen by others. This law covers places like tanning booths, dressing rooms, and public bathrooms. In the Anoka County case, Miner was only charged for taking photos of a boy in a private changing stall in the locker room, where he would expect privacy. So when you're using a locker room, where's the line between public and private? This case proves it's pretty unclear. A newly proposed bill at the state capitol would change that. It would make public locker rooms a place where people can expect privacy from photographs. The law would punish people who took photographs of others in locker rooms. People who violate this law could get anywhere from a misdemeanor to a felony, depending on a number of factors like the person's past record and the age of the victim. If they distribute any photos or videos, the charges would become even more severe. The Rec Center on the University of Minnesota campus posts signs about cell phone use in locker rooms. I asked students what they thought of their locker room privacy.
I think that it should be illegal to take a picture of someone in a locker room because it's a private setting, and I don't know, I don't think anyone wants a picture of them changing in a locker room to be posted on a public forum or anything like that. So it's kind of like you respect their privacy while you're in there, even though it's a big common room. It's like you're not like all up in anybody else's business. You're kind of like in your own little bubble, and in that aspect it's private.
I just don't want myself being photographed. I mean, who knows where that picture could end up? I mean, it's my personal. I mean, it's my body. I don't want that to be shared in places where I am not comfortable with.
It's important to make clear that under current law, someone of the opposite sex cannot go into a locker room and start taking photos of people changing. When you change in a public locker room, you accept that other people of the same sex will see you naked. Katie Eichley, director of the Aurora Center, a sexual assault resource center for students at the University of Minnesota, says this still puts people at risk.
Same-sex violence happens all the time, and it doesn't matter if it's, male on male or female on female, transgender on transgender. It's all the same type of violence, and it has the same type of impact.
If this bill passes, it would only punish predators caught taking pictures or caught after the fact. For obvious reasons, security cameras could not be installed into locker rooms to monitor what's going on inside. Plus, taking photos can be done discreetly enough that no one even knows it's happening. Even though this law technically couldn't stop people from taking photos, Eichley says having it in place could help.
I appreciate the law or the effort towards this bill because it sets up a structure that says, as a culture, as a society, you don't have entitlement to other people's, it's the right word, image, yes, body parts.
The hope is that the law could prevent another incident like the one in Anoka County last year. It would also make privacy laws more specific for different situations. If the bill passes, the policy of no cell phone use in the locker room could soon carry more weight. For Culture Q, I'm Hannah Flood.